DJ Jer here with Shop Time, and today we're going to talk about the Eve E50z, which is the ellipsoidal, and really this goes for any ellipsoidal. We want to talk about softening up the edge. Now, if you have ever been to any of my seminars, you know that there's certain areas or there's certain places where a nice hard edge for an ellipsoidal looks great, and there's certain places where a soft edge looks great. So we're going to talk about when you're going to want to use that and when you're not going to want to use each one of those. So first of all, let's talk about the ellipsoidal itself. We have the Eve E50, which is obviously always going to be a soft edge. You cannot actually create a hard edge with the Fresnel. So we're going to kind of use the edging that you see here, how it kind of feathers out a little bit. We're going to compare that and how you can actually do that with the E50z. One of the things that I really notice is a lot of people, when they do a cake, and we did this years ago, and that was my learning experience. That's how I realized I was doing it wrong, so I needed to fix that, and I needed to make it better. So when you're using, if you're not using pin spotting and you're using an actual ellipsoidal to create a spot over a cake or on a cake, you always want to soften up that edge. And the best way to do that is just to unfocus the light, so that way it creates a nice soft edge as opposed to a hard edge. So let's walk through it here. This is the Chauvet DJ Eve E50z, and you can see how we have a hard edge. Now if you look, you can still see the Fresnel, you can still see the lighting that's coming from the Fresnel around it. Now our goal is to kind of create that same effect. It's not going to be exactly the same because a Fresnel is specific for that, where an ellipsoidal is going to be more of a hard edge, but again, it can be softened up. We're going to show you that. So what we're going to do is we're going to unfocus it. And let's see if I can get it in tighter here. So once you start unfocusing the light, you can see how the light actually creates a soft edge all the way on the screen. Now you're saying, well, it's because it's spilling over. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to frame this in. We're going to frame in a little square. Let's close that for now. We're going to frame in a little square on the screen, and you'll notice that it's still a nice soft edge. Now it doesn't bleed over as much as the Fresnel does, because again, that's specific to a Fresnel. That's what a Fresnel's purpose is just a nice soft edge. And this is being a hard edge, we're able to make a nice soft edge by using an ellipsoidal. Now I know you're probably getting a little bit more hot spot on the video than what's actually happening. But the more out of focus you go, so there's the in focus, there's the out of focus, and then just using those framing blades to kind of create the space that you need. Now you'll notice it's a lot dimmer. What you're doing is you're taking away the intensity of the light because you're not creating a focus. Imagine when you're using a magnifying glass and you're frying ants on the sidewalk. By the more focused beam you create, the hotter or the brighter that light gets. It's no different than when you're using a moving head, such as the Hybrid 140. When you're using a beam and you're focusing that beam as tight as you can, that illumination on the end of that beam is going to be a lot tighter than if you're using a wash, which is more spread out. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that makes sense. Why you're going to want to do something like that? Again, if you're doing a cake, you want to just do a nice glow on the cake. If you really have the specific, if it's a square cake and you really want to make a specific square cake, fantastic. It works fantastic. It works great if you do a nice hard edge. The soft edge is going to make a huge difference when you're doing head tables, when you're doing stage lighting. One of the things that I kind of find as a pet peeve is when we go to one of our local areas and they do a lot of stage stuff and they have hard edges that are actually lighting up their presenters or their performers or whatever it is. So just keep those things in mind, why you'd want to use a soft edge, why you want to use a hard edge. Again, if you really want to define an object or an image, then you're going to want to use a nice hard edge. Obviously, when you're using monograms or gobos, hard edge is always the best option as well. So if you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. You can always message down below and subscribe to our channel so that way we can make sure to get some feedback from you in videos that you would like to see, and then also if you have questions on this video. So thanks for watching, everybody. This is DJ Jer with Shop Time. We'll see you next time.